Hey everyone, just wanted to do a really good overview of DataMentor and showcase where we are currently at with this incredible tool that we've built to work alongside our education platform. There's a new way of learning that is emerging. I call it micro learning, and the ability to get help. Users get help on demand in a very specific way on the very task that they're working on, learning as they're going, is much more possible now than it's really ever been. And that is exactly the reason why we created DataMentor and why it's becoming such a big part of our platform. And so I just want to take this time to go through what is possible within DataMentor and how you can use it effectively to learn anything on demand, on the fly, and get a ton of value on the specific things that you are working on. Okay, so how DataMentor is set up is that we have a whole range of AI tools within the platform. So currently there's 32. And there is the desire to make this even more as we see how our users are using each tool and getting benefits from them. We're going to figure out what is the best grouping of these tools going forward. But at the moment, very comprehensive. You have ways to create code, debug code, visualize code, and get advice on basically anything, literally anything. You can get advice, very specific advice, and I'll show you that shortly. Okay. We also have what we call libraries. So this is a way for you to save favorites to access them very quickly. Also, every query that you make individually, you will see logged within your library. You can also create folders. So you can we have created the ability for you to create a customized knowledge bank or knowledge base based on any topics that you want, and it can be completely customized. You have queries here, but we also have what are called threads, which are basically long form documents that you can create, or long form posts that you can create just from AI generation. Okay, so we'll create some of these in a second, but you'll see here that all of these are just long form threads on specific topics. Okay, as we work through an example, you'll see exactly what can be done there. Also, we have what is called documents. This is a carryover from the Analyst Hub application, which we will be actually fully migrating into DataMentor very soon. But what you can do here is you can build customized documents. So save code snippets, save really anything within the DataMentor environment, and be able to go and reference them very quickly whenever you want to use it in a particular tool, or whenever you want to revise that particular topic. Okay, so for example, I'll just jump into here. You'll see that I've got a document here based on the rankx function and the top end function inside of Power BI. And I save this as a specific document. I can go and reference this if I want to find out the top 5 lowest sales, the formula. I can quickly copy into my model, for example. Okay, so it's incredibly flexible, incredibly customizable to the individual, and that's what we think is going to be a big part of the future of learning. Right, is this customization, this individualization, and with the help of AI, you can really do a deep dive into any topic you can think of, and we are vastly growing the scope of what we are covering with Enterprise DNA and with the help of these AI tools that we're building. Okay, then you can create your own queries. These are all logged here. This is a learning tool. Okay, DataMentor is a learning tool. So a lot of your queries, unless you turn them into private, they are public. Okay, so they go to the community so that others in the community can learn from them as well. Okay. Same with threads. You can come in here and learn from anyone else's threads. So for example, someone did a thread on the Excel sum formula. You can come through here and review what they created, what they learned, and you can learn from it yourself. Now, these all actually become customized URL links. So they're very shareable as well. So you create a thread and you've got your URL, you can go and share this with someone else. So if someone has a question internally about a specific formula, about a specific topic, about a specific task that they need to do, and you want to give them a really clear outline of how to do it, how to solve it, you can create a thread like this. You can get a URL like this, and you can share it with someone. That's the idea. You can also share these on social media. We're making that very, very easy. And yeah, and there's a few other things as well, which I will cover as we go through some examples. Okay. So that's the main functionality. We have actually this DataMentor is actually a premium upgrade. It's not part of the actual learning platform. The AI technologies require a whole different structure around how you price things, how you maintain things, etc. Just because it's built in built on top of variety of tech infrastructure that requires us to have this as a separate product. But our goal is to get as many people using this tool as possible. And so what we have is we have a free tier which enables anyone to create 15 queries in total, so 15 credits basically per month. Okay, so every single person with a Enterprise DNA account, like our online learning platform account, they automatically will have a DataMentor account, and they can do up to 15 queries for free each month. Okay. One of the other things that we have done is we have truly integrated this completely into our platform, right? So what you can do within DataMentor is you can create favorites, and we're making them very easy to go and access at any point in time. So you'll see here that I have my DataMentor favorites within my dashboard. And so these are one click away from me to access and get assistance on anything specific that I want within the DataMentor experience. Okay, and so you can come here and go to any tool and add a favorite just by clicking here. Also in my libraries, we have a favorites area here, which you can manage them as well. So whatever is within here will be reflected within the dashboard experience here as well. Okay, so let's jump through an example. So say, for example, I want to learn about a specific tool. Okay, so we have a whole list of tools, whole list of languages. You'll see them all down the bottom here if you want to review them, but there's tons. Absolutely, like we're covering every sort of data related tool you can think of, and you can get specific help on that. Same with data language. Okay, so say for instance we want help on Power BI. I can come into the Tools Advisor and I can say, can you explain to me in depth how to manage my data using data flows? Okay, so data flows is a key part of managing your data within like in a scalable way within an organization. And so here you can get a lot more detail about that. Okay, so we'll give a good answer. Okay, so let's just go through this, show you what we've done here. So everything here is customized. So this Tools Advisor tool, if you like, is a custom tool that we've sort of built that creates a specific output dedicated to helping users learn about whatever question they put in here. Okay, so it's not a generic AI response that you can get from, say, ChatGPT or somewhere else. It's a very customized response that we've gone in and created off the back of someone's query. Okay, off the back of someone's question. Okay, and that's the same for all of the different AI tools. It's very specific to learning. It's very specific to getting a holistic view of how to solve specific problems. Okay. So the user wants to understand how to manage data within data flows in Power BI. Create a data flow, add data sources, transform and shape data, comprehensive advice. Data flows are a powerful feature that allows you to easily manage and transform your data. Gives you a lot of details here, right? Data flows, you use the Power Query Editor. So a really good explanation, okay? So here's an example. Here's what you can place into, say, a data flow. boom, boom. Okay. What we also do is we craft off the back of a prompt more questions that someone can learn or ask about that specific topic. Okay, so we are really focused on enabling someone to get a total view around a specific problem. Okay, so you see here, what are the key skills required to effectively manage using data using data flows in Power BI? And this goes to the Skills Advisor tool. How can you incorporate data flows into your Power BI project to enhance data management? This goes to the Project Advisor, so on and so forth. Okay, and so we have a whole range of automatic prompts that we are creating that takes people to the next question, that takes users to the next thing that they might want to learn about. Okay. So I can click here to Project Advisor. How can I incorporate data flows in my Power BI project? I can click that. Okay. And what it automatically does there, if we do that, is it creates what we call a thread. Okay. It creates a thread that we can start building up around a particular topic. Okay. And so you see here, if I click down this was my initial question and solution. And then here I have my next question that was automatically prompted to me, which has flowed through to the Project Advisor tool. Okay, so you see here, the project involves enhancing data management using Power BI. Power BI data flows, enhanced data management processes, improved data acquisition, challenges. Boom. So it's very specific, right? Very specific around, in this case, it's a Project Advisor and how to use data flows in your Power BI projects. Okay. So really great learning experience. Okay. So what you can also do is we, again, will consistently provide follow-up prompts. But what we also enable is total customization of your thread. Okay, so I can, within my thread that I've started, I can come in here and I can say, I want to learn a little bit more about, say, M code or data trend. We're in skills here, so data transformation. What are the key what are the best practices to managing my data using the Power Query editor in data flows? Understanding the data, plan before you start, use queries for specific tasks. So really detailed answer, right? And you'll see here that this now builds upon my thread. Okay. Say there's something I want to, so I could jump into one of these follow-up prompts automatically. Okay, so say for instance, there's this particular topic, parameterize queries. If you have values that are likely to change in the future, consider parameterizing them. Okay, so I like this topic. In this case, I'm going to go to my tools. I'm going to go to Power BI. I'm going to say, can you explain this more? In relation to Power Query and data flows. So you see how this is sort of micro learning, but very, very tailored, right? It's very tailored to the individual wanting to learn something specific. Okay. This could go off in so many different directions. That's kind of the whole idea, is that we want someone who has a problem or has something specific that they want to learn. They can come in, they can get the structured help around specific topics inside of our learning platform, but they can get the specific help that they want and need within DataMentor. Okay, so another comprehensive answer there. Okay, so you hopefully get the idea there. And what I can do is I can go pause. Okay, so this is I'm within my thread. I want to pause my thread. I can go pause like this, and then my thread will be confirmed to the threads area. Okay, so you'll see here, mastering data management inside of Power BI. This is now a thread. And I can share this link. Okay, this is a shareable link that contains all of that content that I just prompted within that thread. Okay. So just think about how powerful that is. Just think about how powerful it is. You can do this for literally any code, any topic, any formula that you can imagine. You can wrap around this workflow. Okay. What you can also do within here is you can continue the thread if you want. You can edit any of the queries. You can edit the thread. You can also make it private if you want. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a public URL link. You can also place it within one of your folders. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could come in here. I can see my threads that I've created. So you see, this is my own personal thread within my library. I could then place this into any folder that I like. Okay, so I can create a whole range of different folders that I can then create libraries, so, individual knowledge bases about specific topics. Cool. Okay, and then you'll see all of these all of those queries I did individually show up here as well. Okay, so Power BI data flows for enhanced data management, best practices for data transformation, commonly used. So all of these have come up automatically, and then, but I've also wrapped them up as a thread, and a thread that comes in a specific URL also. And then you've got that customization, individual customization within libraries. We also have intentions to very soon create a community aspect to this as well. So the ability to curate your own feed, if you like, around what interests you as an individual within the DataMentor experience. So that's something that will be coming, maybe within the next few months, as we learn more about usage and see more about how our users are taking advantage of this new tool that we've created. Okay, so I can do a few other things as well. Like if you come in here and we want to learn a little bit more about DAX, like we're getting a lot of DAX questions. Obviously, that's where a lot of our interest has been with enterprise DNA historically. So I can come here. We also, by the way, try and prompt examples around how you can ask questions. So how can you demonstrate? How you can create dynamic segmentation for customers? Okay, so we're trying to give prompts to help users ask good questions. That is important. And so, and they can also just do one click to go and learn about a particular topic. Okay, so I'm going to ask something here. Can you give me an example of how to calculate a cumulative total in Power BI, but make sure that the values after today are blank? Okay, so this is a very common ask. Let's see what it comes up with. We've also customized the training and behind here for the AI to be much better on DAX formulas and M code than it maybe was before. And so we're constantly looking at making it better. But this is much better than it was initially when we first released it on our beta release. Okay, so this looks this looks pretty good. But you'll see here that a lot of the it's always a lot of learning to be done around every prompt. Okay, so we make sure that our users are learning. Okay, at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to create a thread out of this. So I can click create thread. Say I want to just continue to dive deeper into this. Say, for instance, I want to understand this particular code a little bit more. I can come down here, and you'll see here that we can add more queries to our thread by selecting any tool down here. Okay, so I want to click on, and we also provide some recommendations as well. So you can go documentation generator. I can come in here, paste this in, and then create documentation for this code. Okay, so this is going to give me a huge explainer about this particular code. Okay. So again, the idea behind me showing these examples is just how varied this could be, right? Like DAX is just one formula language. You can use SQL, Python. I think we have over 20, maybe 30 languages that any user can get assistance on, right? So you see here, really diving into all of these different functions. Sometimes this we're still working on the stream a little bit. It just needs to be improved, but it always comes right at the end. Cool. So it gives me a nice rundown of exactly what's going on. Okay, so maybe I want to learn a little bit more about the calculate function, right? I can go into Languages Advisor to add to my thread and click on DAX. Automatically, we select DAX for you if we think that you've used DAX before. Can you give me a detailed overview of the calculate function? Okay. And this will give as good an explanation as you'll find in any book, as you'll find anywhere online, and the ability to keep it within your own thread, within your own environment, is super powerful, right? For the individual user, they can go and reference it. You can basically create your own blog of or own articles around any specific topic related to data tasks that you're working on, right? And we're with the technology we've built in there, we're constantly trying to educate and help people learn more about specific topics. Okay, so so can you use code? Let's have a look at these follow-up prompts. By the way, this is continued to create my thread here. How can you use the calculate function in DAX to perform conditional calculations? Okay. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, and this takes me to the code generator tool. So within, this, in my view, within the space of about 5 minutes, if there's a topic that someone wants to dive into, they can get a detailed explanation, better than they would get on, through any sort of video, through a consulting call. You would literally you can get specific help on anything. On anything. I just think that this is so powerful. It is definitely the future of learning, the future of productivity, using Enterprise DNA's platform. So I'm incredibly excited about the potential here, not only for Power BI and Microsoft tools, but across the board, across all different tools and skills and languages that any data person works with. Okay, I think I might pause there. So you see I've created another thread. I can then pause this, and you'll see that it's now jumped into my threads area. Okay, and then I can then go and share this on social media, or share this with colleagues. Think about if you're a manager or you're someone who is the go-to person to actually solve a particular issue. Imagine being able to jump into DataMentor, quickly go and audit a formula, go and get information around how a formula works, and actually use this link to go and teach someone how to actually do something, right? It saves you having to write detailed emails, or you can create comprehensive documentation on any formula, any process, any tool that users are maybe using internally. So that is just another powerful way that this could be used effectively within all the other things that have been built into Enterprise DNA's technology of late. One of the other things that we've added recently, I'll just touch upon before I round off, is AI is embedded throughout our entire platform now. So I forecast, I previewed this or mentioned this throughout all of last year, that this is the direction we're going, and we have already implemented a ton, a huge amount of things around just within the platform itself. And I made a decision towards right at the end of last year that there'll be no increase in cost to subscriptions based on all of these inclusions we've made. The first one that we've had for a while is Edna AI. This is actually being revamped right now. There's going to be some really great enhancements to this. But say, for instance, this is an amazing tool just to converse and learn through conversation. Just like you would in ChatGPT or in other chatbot experiences. But this is embedded and logged into our overall learning environment. Edna AI is also sort of a something that we're going to place around all of the software and tools that we build going forward, right? So you're going to be able to click in here, one click Edna AI, one click Edna AI within here as well. Okay, say I want to learn more about, say, SQL. Okay, so I can click on that. I don't have to click on that, but wherever we are, wherever we can, we're going to pre-prompt questions to make it so much easier and quicker for the users to go from one thing to the next. We really want to make it as give as much direction as we possibly can. So I can ask here, what are the keys to learning SQL comprehensively within a short space of time? Can you help me create a learning plan for the SQL for SQL syntax? I want to learn this fast and really well. Okay, so easy way to converse and get to the bottom of something too, right? And what we also, what's also powerful now is how you can combine this with DataMentor, right? So what you can do here is, say, for instance, there's something specific on SQL. I can come in here quickly, take information I get from here, come into an AI tool. Maybe I want to learn a little bit more about a specific language. Go and find SQL here. Help me get comfortable with SQL syntax and common use statements. Okay, and then I could start my own. I could do a query here very quickly, or I could start my own thread about all of these particular topics, right? So I could get a whole quality list of things to review here, right? And then I could create my own thread. I could go, and theoretically, I could go through all of these one by one, and you learn about the select function. You learn about just think about how quick that is. Think about how quick that is as a learning experience. And I just think that is the future, right? That is totally the future. You have some structured learning if users want to go through more structured content within this environment, but then they have this on-demand micro learning capability as well with all of this this AI functionality. So we've got Edna AI. The other last feature I want to showcase to you is what we call Ask and Learn. Okay, so this is another feature that we have embedded recently. Okay, so I can go into any course, any video, and I can start working through the content. And what we've enabled here is the ability to talk to the course, basically talk to the course creator using AI. Okay, and so if I click on Ask and Learn here, you'll see I can be watching a video, and at the same time, I can be working through and asking questions on the particular topic. Okay, so ask me anything about this course, explain Power BI best practices for high quality reports, discuss storytelling techniques in Power BI. So these are all topics. So we're pre-prompting all of these to help anyone dive into particular topics that are important to this course. So I guess to discuss storytelling techniques. Okay, so we'll click on that. It will give us a solid answer on the best practices around that. So use data-driven narratives, utilize visuals for storytelling, design interactive reports, create a logical flow, use supporting elements. Okay. Can you explain to me how to design interactive reports using Power BI. Okay, and so you can actually use the AI to supplement your learning. Okay, utilizing slices, implementing drill through, creating bookmarks, utilizing. Okay, so and say for instance, I want to learn a little bit more about this. So implementing drill through. If I really want to, I can come in here, go to the Tools Advisor, find Power BI. Can you explain this more? We want anyone to learn anything within a couple of clicks, right? And be able to, save it within their own knowledge base, be able to go and reference it at a later point. Okay. I just feel there's so many new ways you can learn, so many new things, so much faster than you ever thought before. We need to be inspiring. Like our job is to inspire users around how much more they can do, how much more they can learn. There is just so much opportunity out there to really master so much more than what was possible before. And it's upon us to really enable that. Okay, so here's a whole range of things about drill through capability inside of Power BI. Again, I could create my own thread. I could just leave this as a query. I could then save this query into one of my folders. So Power BI tips, I could save it like that, right? So on and so forth. Okay, I think, and so that's just a quick example of what's possible. And we are continuing to enhance. We've got some more enhancements coming soon. But as you can see, this is a comprehensive over the last 2-3 months with the release of our AI features, DataMentor. We have made a significant upgrade on our platform. Absolutely huge. What someone can learn. The diversity, the speed, the way in which they can learn has been completely transformed, and that is what I sort of forecasted last year, and that's exactly what we've done, and we'll continue to do going forward. This is going to be a big part of how Enterprise DNA's platform evolves now and in the future. Okay, thanks for tuning in. If you want to discuss more about any of these particular tools or features, drop me a line. We're keen to get the word out more, get a lot more usage, get a lot more users getting value from it, and open to feedback around how we can enhance things even more, how we can improve things. So really keen to hear from you. And if you want to discuss more about upgrading to DataMentor and how we can get all our users, our thousands and thousands of users onboarded, I'm keen to chat. We're keen to chat. So get in touch about that. Okay, thanks all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll speak to you very soon.